Hi, this is Arielle with Anime on Location, and we're here with the fabulous Matt Hill. Hello.
Hello.
So, how did you get your start in entertainment?
Well, in our family, I grew up in Tawasin, British Columbia, Canada, and we called it Monkey Hour at the underneath the streetlight in my cul-de-sac. I'm not kidding. It kind of got me running, ready for running and doing lots of voices, and it kind of started with that. And then in 1989, when I guess cartoons first came to Vancouver, I got a role in an NBC Saturday morning cartoon called Captain N the Game Master, and kind of blew the world of cartoons and film and TV up for me, and so it's good.
All right, well, tell us about your role of Kevin in the show Captain N back in the 1980s.
1980s. I had long hair. It was a lot longer, and like I say, it was like it was a neat time to be not only as an actor, because I mean, like I said, I'd been wanting to do this ever since I was a little kid, and it was such a neat role to get, and it wasn't until it started to air that I realized actually how far-reaching that it aired, on television, and started getting like letters from fans from different parts of the world, going like, "Wow, we love Captain N, it's fantastic," and I was like, I swear I thought that it was just sort of like me and the cast, and where it broadcast, who knew, but it was good. It was the start of something really cool.
That's awesome. So, a show that has as many fans as Ed and Eddy. I am one of them. Oh. Tell us about your work on the series.
The work on Ed and Eddy was quite lovely, just like you are. She's very lovely. But the work on Ed and Eddy was it was like some of the best times I've ever had in my life.
I can imagine.
Oh yeah, I mean 8 seasons. I can't believe we did that many shows, plus the movies and all this. And I still love Ed because he is got a bright light and kind of sparkles like buttered toast and some gravy, and those sorts of things. But it was it's still the only cartoon I've ever worked on that we very rarely had what we call pickups. So meaning like they have to change the line because it didn't work, or
Right.
every other show has tons of pickups all the time. But with Ed and Eddy, it was one of those little magic experiences that we may have done like 60 takes to for me to go say like buttered toast, and the director going, "No, that's not how I see it. That's not how I hear it." I'm like, "Buttered toast." Yes. It was crazy. It's the phenomenon lives on, man. It's a cool thing. It's a gift. I guess maybe they say sometimes roles are meant to be played, by certain people.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess Ed picked me. Yeah, so that was a pretful.
Everybody loves it. So when you worked on the series Inuyasha, what was it like squaring off Inuyasha?
Richard Cox. Oh, sorry, are we on camera? Nah, Richard Cox, I tell you. Nice, I feel... Are we talking, like, candidly here, privately?
Oh.
Okay, good. This is not being broadcast to the world? Okay, good. Oh, that guy is so talented. And I hate him for it. I just can't stand him because he's a nice guy. He doesn't think... People think that he's a nice guy, but he's okay, So, it was really a stretch that shows that I am actually the better actor of the two of us, Richard Cox. Because, you see, I'm better at faking that we are enemies and arch nemesis things, right? So, take that, Inuyasha. Because I was Benkotsu, right? Yeah, so I'm going to take over the world is what I'm going to do. But see, you take over the world with a smile. That's what I do.
Tell us your theory on doing what you love that can inspire the world.
Doing what I love can inspire the world. Well, I firmly believe, from my head, from my toes, all the way through my heart, to my mouth part right here, that, honestly, if we all take a look in the mirror and find out what lights our fire and what makes us be excited to get out of bed in the morning, and what makes us want to have our connection and share out into the world. I mean, essentially like what shines your light bright, right? And, for me, it's always been a connection of being with people, because I know it doesn't seem like I like people, but I kind of like people a little bit, once in a while. And I love running, and I love doing cartoons, and I love being in the movie industry. And so it was neat because it kind of, I've always had this through line of being like the most hyper kid, in school. I was born a month and a half early. I learned to run before I could walk. My mom said, like I said, I sort of got the I don't know what's the word, up. I'm having a moment. But I got my start, like I said, like underneath the street lamp of my cul-de-sac from running and also doing voices and creating characters. And I never thought that would literally not only help me make a great living and have a career that I can't believe it isn't. I'm in year 25 now. It's crazy. And I still get as excited today when I find out that I got a role. As I did right in the beginning. Probably even more so excited now. I'm like Sally Fields, like, you like me. You really like me. But it was neat because then we got to do this, this beautiful run around North America called Run for One Planet. And it literally combined all the things I love, which like I said, I'm passionate about people. I love the planet that we all share together, and I love running. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can do all this and do what I love. And the greatest gift about, when you talk about inspiring, was meeting, the 100,000 kids that we met and spoke to along the way, because we ended up running across Canada and all the way around the perimeter of America. And literally, so we showed that, one step at a time, you literally can finish 11,000 miles worth of running. So for us, it was 420 marathons. And also then showing kids that in order to finish the last marathon, you have to take the first step on the first one. So we were asking them to choose one new healthy thing for themselves and the planet. So then they're like, oh, you took 2 million steps to get here. We can do one thing for the health of the planet. And so, and at the same time, the gift of realizing all these cartoons that I've got to play over the years came along with me and, helped to make a connection point with the kids, like right away. Like, when we first would do a school presentation, they'd think we were cool because, well, most of them were, taller than us by the 5th grade. That's a whole other story. But they thought we were, kind of superheroes because we ran to their town. But then they found out that, like, I played Ed, or they found out that I was, Raphael and the Ninja Turtles, or a Care Bear. And you literally would have 1,500 kids going like, I want to help save the planet with Ed, and teachers going like, yo, man, I love Ninja Turtles. It was like, seriously, it was the greatest gift, and like I said, I'm like if I came back, I will be a dog, because I'm happiest when I'm running and outside. I'm with people.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, can you go a little more in depth on your project Run for One Planet?
Absolutely. I'm allowed to go more in depth on Run for One Planet. If you feel inspired, go to runforoneplanet.com, or you could go to matthill.com, and that kind of, I suggest maybe go to matthill.com. Because it kind of encompasses all the things that I'm doing in my life, which includes Run for One Planet, which was literally, like I said, using the metaphor of small steps add up, that we could truly make a difference and inspire people to choose healthier choices for the planet. And for us, it was just asking people to choose one thing. So we created a list of 10 really simple things for people to do. Like if you're brushing your teeth, just turn the water off. If you're washing your hands, just turn the water off until you're finished, right? Huh? I get a point. Like use a reusable cup instead of taking like a new one every single time. Simple things that, our parents and our grandparents used to go like, well, back in the day, we used to not have, all this styrofoam and all this sort of stuff. But it's easy things that people can go like, oh, I just stopped using, a disposable cup. I'm an environmental action planet ambassador, and so it was great. I mean, it was, in 11,000 miles of running, 30 pairs of running shoes, about 22 million steps between myself and my friend Steph Tate, who I did it with. Like I said, we talked to over 100,000 kids. I still can't believe we talked to that many, and like we did 220 school presentations in the span of running the 420 marathons. So if you ever want to know how long it takes to run around North America, it's about 369 days and about 4 million calories. A lot of food. But it's an amazing experience.
Awesome. Well, now we're at a My Little Pony convention. Tell us about your work on Tell us about your work on the show My Little Pony.
Well, my work on My Little Pony, that's MLP for you all out there. I play Soarin, who's a extreme athlete pony, as you may know. I'm shocked. How's this? I'm shocked and awed that you guys connected with a character that I do, because I swear to God, I had only done a couple episodes. are we allowed to talk that forward on the show? I'm not sure. Well, I might show up in another one. Yeah, and so it was great because apparently, by saying like, "Oh my God, you saved my pie," has become this great thing that now, the fans of My Little Pony have kind of went like, "I dig Soarin, he's cool." So thanks for inviting me to this because it's it's a great way to be able to meet people and connect, and because we share this connection together, right?
Oh,
this love of what we do. You're a very good interviewer, by the way.
Thank you.
Very good.
You're a very good interviewee.
Oh, thank you.
See, we're friends. That's
Checks
what the
in
My
mail.
Well, do you have a theory on how and why the new series My Little Pony branched out and became so popular, and how the series speaks to so many ages?
Yeah, that's a great question because it's like why I think sometimes things on YouTube or Facebook go viral, because it strikes something in the consciousness of people, and because it could have been any other show, right. And there have been other shows that that kind of capture that, whatever it is. The thing that I think has been continually getting sort of my light bulb to go, and it's kind of in the title. It's like friendship is magic, and I think it's because when we break it all down, it doesn't matter where we're from, who we are, what our socioeconomic situation is, where we live, what we do for our jobs. I think there's this connection that people want to feel connected, and they want to feel like we need and have friendship, and that we, are valued. And I think that's what this show, I think, connects people together. I mean, I know it's a convoluted way of explaining it, but
definitely true.
yeah, I think that's the only thing I've been able to come up with, because I don't know what it's about, but it's not about the spinach salad, that's for sure,
And of course, there are the bronies. What are your thoughts on this fan base?
Bronies, Brony Nation, man. I think they're a bunch of rock stars. Yes, and if they were English, they'd all sound like that. And they'd all get off the tour bus and go, "Yeah, I'm a brony, man. How are you? Yeah, baby, yeah." That's what I think of the bronies. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. It's everybody's, it's like it's no different than Kiss Army. You remember the band Kiss? They're like, "We're in the Kiss Army, man." It's the same thing for bronies, but they happen to like ponies.
I think that's the best answer
Thank
to that
you.
question ever.
A star.
So, what are there any upcoming projects that you want your fans to know about at this time? Can you let us know about them?
Well, I've signed lots of NDAs lately. That means non-disclosure assignment. I think. Not sure. I'm working on agreement. That's right. I have some agreements in place with some new shows. I actually have. I'm actually quite proud of this one. I just finished playing Peter Pan in the newest version of Peter Pan, done by this incredible film company based in France. And so that should be out sometime in probably late 2013. But it's kind of cool because it's such an iconic character, right. And as the the producer said, like they're like, "Dude, when you read for it, we're like, that guy has to play Peter Pan," because it was cool because I've been told I have a bit of energy, and it's but it's also, I feel like it's a way for me to be able to sort of put my stamp on, say, on a kind of character like that. And be able to hopefully show my kids and, go, "Daddy played Peter Pan. That's why he's telling you to clean up your mess,"
They'll be like, "That's okay, but you played Ed, so..."
Exactly. That is true. They'll be like, "Dad, you're such a geek." Oh.
Is there a way for the fans to keep up with you on the interweb?
Yep, you can call me on the interweb at www.matthill.com, but you have to put one of those things in the middle of it, Matt and a dash hill.com, and that's the interweb. Okay. Call me, or you can just call my agent and say, "Call Matt." And just call me, man. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. I'm not very good at it. I'm a two-finger typer, but my beautiful gal Kate handles a ton of my social media, so bring it on, baby. It's all good. Come say hi.
And you have a final message for the fans?
Yes. You guys are awesome. Totally awesome. Always, if you do nothing else, believe in yourself. believe that you can make a huge difference. Just being who you are, shine your light bright, and ask yourself every day, how can I make a difference with who I am in the world and what I do? And, what do I want to leave as my legacy? Because I swear to God, life goes by so fast, and never, ever underestimate the power of your value and what you can do in the world. That is probably the biggest thing I believe, and I'm 45 now, so I'm mature.
That's awesome. Well, this has been Arielle with Mad Hill. Thank you so much with Anime on Location, and stay classy, Cutie Marcon.
Stay classy. She said classy. Stay classy.
Stay classy.
Yeah. Stay classy, Cutie Marcon. Stay classy. Classy.
All right, I'm turning the mic off now.